Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports Oregon. It looks like Dan woke up. We were a little concerned. Maybe he forgot how to recruit. It's been, 15 minutes since your last big time pickup. Although some massive crystal balls have come through in the last 48 hours for you guys. You hadn't landed a recruit. Was worried Dan forgot what he was doing. All seems to be okay, though, on the forefront with a massive 6'4" inside offensive lineman, 300-pound top 200 player out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm not going to say his name because I will absolutely obliterate it. So I'm going to pass it over to our Duck insider, Derek the Duck Zelmer. Derek?
well, just so I don't get roasted right away, I'm just gonna go with a lie. Is his first name in the comments, and then however you guys want to attack the last name, be my guest. But yeah, absolutely massive pickup for the Ducks. This obviously comes after the commitments like the Decorian Moores of the world, what I would call like the sexy pickups, right? The sexy pickups are the Decorian Moores, the Dallas Wilsons, the Jordan Davisons of the world. Well, this kind of commitment, this is one that it might not look so sexy on paper, but if you go back to our stream from just a couple days ago, we were talking about, what does need to be addressed in this year's class. Like everything's going swimmingly, but there are obviously some holes that are going to need to be filled. And one of the things we said was the offensive line. And, to go out and get him on campus quite a few times and obviously ultimately end up landing the commitment of an elite offensive lineman is absolutely massive for Dan and the Ducks. I don't think this is going to be the last one, but this is certainly a great start to an offensive line group in this 25 class.
Huge pickup. And let's talk about what it does for the class. So adding Eli to the class puts you at about 260, I believe, is the total number. Guys drop back, or 270, excuse me. Drop back a little bit. Been sleeping on the job. Notre Dame, Georgia, they picked up a few more while you guys have been screwing around. Put you at 16 commits, right above Notre Dame at 270. But here's where things get interesting. We keep talking about it. We keep playing with the calculator. Obviously, McNutt and DJ Pickett both being crystal balled, both being 5 stars. If those were to commit over in just under a week, I think it's the 19th and 17th, I believe, are the two dates, put you at 291.01. So just behind Alabama, who's at 291.53 with 20 commits, and Ohio State at 23. And the Ducks would only be sitting at 17 commits. And again, the heat's starting to catch on. Everybody's talking about it. More are looking to be favorable towards the Oregon Ducks. And again, the offensive line exactly is what we were talking about. So this is a huge pickup. And take a look at this young man's film. I love watching tape of offensive linemen, especially this year. In high school, because it's just gotten so much better. It's improved so much more. He plays a little bit of tackle. He's obviously projected to be an inside, to be a guard player. Quick feet, moves around, great hand work when you watch him. Pancake machine. Here he goes, bam, bodies him. You'll see some plays where he's getting out in front of the running back. I don't know if he's the running back. Over here running just 4.4 speed down the sidelines. Give it to him. Give it to the big man. Love seeing, again, and this is his sophomore junior film, so he has a whole other season under his belt to get better, to improve, to work on that 300. Bob Larson says 300 is sexy. It is sexy, especially when it's rotating, moving in and out, pancaking young men, making the holes for these running backs and for the Oregon Ducks come next season.
Yeah, well, I might have said this wasn't a sexy commit, but the more you start to watch the film, the more you get a little bit turned on watching this thing. This man can create some holes. And, Bishop Gorman, Nevada's not necessarily a hotbed for high school football competition, but Bishop Gorman is absolutely, a perennial powerhouse on the West Coast. So it's not like he's out here playing scrubs either. And as you can see from the film, he's absolutely physically dominating whoever's on the other side of the offensive line. And yeah, like you said, it's kind of the speed. That's one thing that really sticks out for me here is when he gets in the open field, you see him open it up a little bit. He's keeping up with the running back for stride. And this is
got
a man
the wheels, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're getting some athletic big men heading into the Big Ten next year.
Look, carrying 300 pounds and be able to move like that, again, typically with these high school recruits, you see all that weight, and they don't typically know how to manage the size just yet. It's just big-time size, big bodies. This young man carries his weight very well. A lot of power, a lot of strength. To get great hand work as well, and is quick with the feet, which you love to see on your offensive linemen. So Massive pickup out of nowhere on a Wednesday afternoon. Dan doesn't quit. Dan doesn't stop. I believe this is your third offensive lineman, or is it your second? I believe it's
I think we're at 3 for
three
this
now.
year's cycle.
Yep, Trent just starting to look a little bit thicker here. Let's see, totaling up for offensive line and defensive line. I'm in the calculator, so it's a little bit different. But yeah, offensive tackle. Addison is obviously the other position, and then I'm only seeing 2 O linemen. Oh, and then Dimitri Manning is the other inside offensive line. 6'6", 345. Goodness gracious, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" and a half are your sizes of your linemen thus far. So the Ducks are on a burner, and we kind of got a little flack for the video of Phil, Uncle Phil, Daddy Phil, as some were saying in the chats. And look, per ESPN, I saw kind of a double down on the fact that, look, yeah, this is a thing, and I think it was misunderstood that we were kind of, I don't know, I guess negatively speaking about it, but it was positive. I mean, everyone's doing it. Even the Baylor head coach, they said, "How are you getting recruited?" Because we're paying for them. Like, it's not a secret anymore. We were complimenting the fact that the Ducks have been playing by the rules, and now the rules are starting to abide to their strength, which is, NIL. I do want to shout this out. You guys might know this young man, maybe not. The comparison that Ali got compared to, like his NFL comp, Jackson Powers Johnson. Familiar name, Derek, or you heard of him before?
Slightly, yeah. I think Duck fans might know who this is if they think really hard about it. But this would be one hell of a comp to get for an offensive line.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
second round draft pick. Not horrible as a junior. 328, 6'3", smaller than said recruit that we're speaking of. So
I mean, he might be, but man, Jackson, he put together a human highlight tape for himself, so I can only imagine what I can do if, he can get to campus and physically develop and put his skill set to use eventually.
Absolutely. Well, Derek the Duck, I mean, look, great little pop-up show, live show. We just surpassed 800 subs here on the channel. Absolutely incredible. I hit you up. We were just the channel. I think we wanted to be at 700 by last Sunday. We blew that out of the water. I can't remember anymore what the goals were because I think it was 800 by this Sunday. It's Wednesday, and we hit 800 this morning. 900 is now the goal for Sunday. We've got it. We've got to keep on pushing. We said 1,000 by the season. It's inevitable. We have to keep this train rolling. The Ducks are on an absolute burner, and I gotta believe if McNutt and DJ are doing what we think they're gonna do, we might not be able to keep the capsule on this thing. This choo-choo train might explode, and Duck Nation might take off. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, absolutely. These guys need to get subscribed before our banger of a week next week. Like you said, the 17th and the 19th, tentatively speaking, could be very good days to be Ducks and something you'd absolutely want to be tuning into High Top Sports for.
Absolutely. Also, turn the bell on. Be sure to subscribe. Tomorrow, we're dropping a video breaking down the 3 offensive line recruits for the 2025 season to give you a little more intel. We're going to have our professor break those guys' film down even much more than we did today, speaking about the ins and outs and what they're going to provide to that Oregon Duck team headed into next year. So, big time stuff. Love to see you. Good to see you, Derek. Again, guys, smash like button, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, baby.